Well, over here we've got quite a wintry mess, as Greg put it earlier. So he's going to break that all down for us with what's headed this week for us.
Yeah, definitely is continuing to be active across our area, although still below average. Temperature-wise, we are going to see some temperature changes here over the next 24 hours and a lot of different types of precipitation too. So over my left shoulder here, that's a system that's coming through right now. We're going to see that here the next, really tonight. To the west, that's a system that's going to be coming in and it has a nice long fetch of moisture. So it's a milder, warmer system with it too that's really impacting the northwest with a lot of precipitation. That's the one that's going to be coming over later tomorrow afternoon through tomorrow night. So we got two systems really to track out here. For tonight, it's not going to mean a lot of precipitation snow-wise. And if you look throughout the night, the good news is if you don't like chilly temperatures, our temperatures are going to come back up tonight because we have a warm front that'll be coming across, and associated with that warm front is some light snow. So overall, you can see light snow spread across the area. It's going to be a short period of time, pretty much from about 7 p.m. to about 1 to 2. Most of this is probably going to be north and a better shot north of I-94, but this is going to be coming through. Note by 10 p.m. our temperatures above the 20 degree mark. We'll see continuing snow across Eau Claire northward and even up to Ladysmith. That'll continue to about 2 to 3. Meanwhile, rest of the area will just see cloud cover with temperatures rising all the way to 3 p.m. We're now in the mid-20s. By the time you wake up, we're going to be in the upper 20s for a lot of these areas too. So the morning commute, overall, we might have a little bit of snow on roads for area further north where they could pick up some snow. Further south, the only thing we might have to keep an eye on, because we could see a little bit of freezing drizzle maybe developing towards the morning commute area through southern areas. Don't expect a lot of precipitation with it, but that threat exists with the temperatures now in the mid to upper 20s. Snow amounts, as I mentioned, most of this is going to be further north, 1 to 2 inches. Further to the east, if you're west of the river, especially in northeast Iowa, you're not going to see much of anything with this. But once again, 1 to 2 and up to the north to Russ, they might get into that 2 to 3, but that's a very small chance of that pretty much developing. So that's one system. That doesn't hold too much of a punch. The next one gets more complicated because our temperatures are going to rise tomorrow. By the time we get to the afternoon time frame with that next system approaching, we're already near freezing south of I-90, less as you go further north. Now the precipitation is going to probably stay snow further north of I-94, but it's going to start changing, and it could be snow to rain. It could be a little bit of freezing drizzle to or freezing rain. Before we get to the evening hour, past the morning commute, we'll start seeing some of this area turn to rain briefly. Snow will continue for northern areas, and then everyone will kind of see eventually a changeover to back to snow as we get later in midnight. So it's kind of a messy situation here, and it gets colder as we go into tomorrow. Wednesday morning commute, we'll start seeing the temperatures drop back below freezing, and everything will turn back to snow past midnight, along with some gusty winds for Wednesday behind this system. So snow amounts, it's really going to be further north that you're going to see it. 3 to 6, that could include a little bit of sleet too. This 1 to 3 could be sleet and snow issues. And then further south of La Crosse, not expecting a lot of snowfall, a little bit of freeze and drizzle, and maybe some rainfall too with it. As you look at the ice potential, and this is indicating 1 to 200. It's not a lot of freeze and rain, but this is the threat area right there that you could see it between about 3 to 6 p.m. So we'll have to keep an eye on to see if that actually pans out. Travel impacts, that's the big thing for south of I-90. There's the possibility right there that we could see that position of freezing drizzle. Otherwise, it's going to be breezy as we get behind this system with a little bit of snow. So the snow is not the biggest story with this one. If you go further to north, that is where the snow is. North of I-94, there's a potential for a little mix right there, as I mentioned, for Saturday evening. Otherwise, the snow will kind of taper off after midnight. And then temperatures, as I said, they'll rise up to midnight and then we'll fall back towards Wednesday morning. So it's a complicated situation. We'll try to time it out better as we get to tomorrow. But in the meantime, as you look at all the activity going on, take note towards the end of the week and the weekend. They're well below zero temperatures. In fact, we could see some teens and 20 belows going into Saturday and Sunday morning, and that's not without the wind chill. So we got some really almost dangerous cold coming up after all this activity.
Yeah, it looks like it could get pretty severe.
Yeah, it could be. So in the meantime, it's going to be quite messy, so just stay tuned with the weather app and keep informed with us about what's going on for tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah, bundle up too.
Thank you, Greg.